Take 3, action.
What?
Hey guys, it's amazing to see.
What?
Hey guys, amazing seeing you again on this platform. We have an amazing conversation lined up for you. And this is something that really affects a lot of married people ever so often. And that's what?
Wait, it's not even just married people. So it affects even people that are not married. Once you're living this adult life, this one is about you. And that's the whole work-life balance.
That's true.
So work and traffic and church
Yeah,
and
and demands
children
and business
and bills
and
bills
potholes
and
and
it's just a lot.
bills as high as heels.
It's just a lot. So how do you deal?
Yes. How do you deal with that? That's what we're going to be discussing today. So stay tuned and we're going to give you the full scoop when we're back. All right, welcome back. And we're going to be talking about work-life balance, and also talking about the impact that has on marriage and relationships and all of that. So where should we take this from today? What's the angle?
Well, let me talk about how I felt.
Okay.
I wasn't totally expecting the demands.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't work with our first child with Carmen, so that had its own demand, but it was different. And after some time, I got a hang of it. But when I had Ronelle, and then I had this 3-month break, maternity break, which we really should look into as a nation. 3 months is not enough for any mother. If your first child or your second child, it's not just enough. And so after about 6 weeks of having him, I had to go back to work. And then I'm expressing at work. I'm going for class.
What does expressing mean? As in like expressing yourself? Or
Expressing
expressing
myself.
yourself? And
Do they know what expressing is? Feed
do you know what expressing? Do you know the expressway?
My baby still needed to eat mommy
yeah.
food. So I
Okay.
needed to express mommy food, to
right.
produce mommy food while at work. So in between marking scripts and teaching 1-hour lessons and driving home, going through traffic, I'd get home, I'd have to be with my husband, it was just at the end of the
lot.
day, I'm like, ooh, Jamie, I'm tired. And I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. And then I do it the next day. And by the end of the week, I'm like, I can't
really
do this. I don't want to
stressed
go to work on Monday. But I actually love my job. That's the funny thing. And so I'm like, I can do this. But after some time, it's just a lot.
Yeah, the grind is a lot, and like for me, I don't really like it. I don't like it because so I sleep very late or
very early.
I
As the
don't know-
case
I don't know
may
what
be,
to-
very early
I don't
in
like
the morning.
2 a.m. or 3 a.m. That's like on the regular. And generally, I don't wake up till 7 o'clock because I try to get at least 4 hours of sleep. But this is the problem. The problem is when she's going to work, I don't even get to see
Everybody
her.
is still sleeping.
Right? So because when we first got married, you were not working. She had relocated gone around different places because of me. So she wasn't working, and I preferred that
He likes to see
flow.
my face.
Of course,
and
early
talk
hours
to
of the
me.
morning, yes. See your face and then do
Yeah.
mighty things. That's amazing. Yeah. So anyway, seeing your face, praying with you, planning with you, like scheduling different things, and then there comes work now. And I don't see her in the morning. And then when I see her after work in the evening, sometimes I'm on my way out. I'm wrapping up my own work in the course of the day.
And then you are a bit tired at that time and you want to relax. So you don't
Not
necessarily want...
not really that I'm tired. I'm still generally when you return, I'm still in the flow of work.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're not ready to like
And then by the time I'm ready
gist.
to gist,
I'm now
you're now
tired.
tired. So,
Yeah.
so I think it's been a lot of handling to do in terms of, okay, this is a different dimension. And then, okay, even when both of us are like ready to get together, then the kids
Children are like,
coming.
I want Milo, I want Paw Patrol.
No, it's not Milo. I want Whoa. I want Whoa. And there was the
Paw
other one.
Patrol, Mama
Paw
Mask,
Patrol, Mama
PJ
Mask.
Mask.
Yeah, and all of that kind of stuff. So it's for us, it's been demanding. For us, it's been a lot of work as well. I mean, sometimes you look at us and you're like, okay, these guys have it all together. Yes, we do overall. But it's a lot of work. It's just like when you go to the kitchen and you see the food from the kitchen, but you're not feeling the heat of it.
from the
So
process
what are
of
some of the things we've put in place that would you would say in your own opinion as being of great help?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, I think it's important to state that even though work is difficult, because I actually like what I do. So that is why it's not worse off than
Yeah.
it is. So
Yeah.
that's important as well. I must hail, celebrate. I think we should have some bells in the background right now from my mom. My mom has been amazing. Ding, ding, ding,
I
ding,
mean-
ding, ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding. For my mom. But I mean, I know not everyone has grandmas either
True,
alive
true,
or grandmas
yeah.
that live close. Some grandmas are in the
Yes.
village.
In fact, some grandmas are alive, they live
I'm
close, but they don't
busy.
care. They don't want to know.
They
Their
come
own is
for
like,
their
I've
move
raised
off
you.
7 days
Yeah.
and like, deuces,
In fact, I even
see
know
you.
I've heard stories of some mother-in-laws or some grandmas who don't really want to do anything. They're like, I've done my parts by raising you well, so you go and raise your child now.
Yeah, or some of them are like, my husband is waiting for me. I cannot leave my husband and
Yeah,
come
absolutely.
for child and all of that.
Yeah.
But well, thank God for grandmas. And then I think the school our children are in.
Yeah,
That-
you need to thank me as well because of the flexibility. Because if I was leaving for work, yeah, no, you gotta thank me. You gotta see. I'm not even being bad, but
No,
let
no.
me put it like this to you: you leave for work 6:30
I'm still on my
a.m.
list though. Shall I continue my list freely or
No,
should-
that at least you had wrapped it up. So I'm trying to unwrap it to put myself inside.
Okay.
Anyway, this is what I mean. You leave for work 6:30 a.m. If I was working regular 9 to 5, like not doing my stuff, and I had to go, maybe I was working in VI somewhere in the bank. That means we'll be leaving about the same time. We'll be dropping the kids at school
And
about
that
the
is
same time,
absolutely
which means that we need to wake up
ridiculous.
maybe like 4:30 or something, which just will not work for me because that means I'll be getting 2 hours of sleep
Even
every
as
day or
I'm
something.
doing it, is really, really working.
Yeah, and then in the afternoon, going to get the kids and all of that. So I don't know.
No,
if
you're
it's
really
fair for
helpful,
me to
especially
say
when
that.
it was just Carming. I mean, you would bath Carming in the mornings before taking him to school. So, like I was saying, the school our children go to, these schools are closed by 2 p.m. these days. I don't think that helps working parents.
No, I don't think so.
So, I mean, I'm not saying leave
Especially
your
both
child
people are both parents are
are
working.
working. I mean, I'm not saying leave your child in school till midnight, but I think school should be a bit more flexible, and we have that, and they feed the children well, so that helps. Sometimes even when I'm tired and I just get home and I say, okay, can we leave the children in school for an hour extra so I can either sleep or do some work or get some time with you? That really helps. And then domestic staff.
We'll talk about that when we're back. There's a lot to talk about. When
Yeah,
it comes
because
to
there's a
that.
lot of debates to have or not to have.
Absolutely. So we'll see you shortly. All right. So before we went on break, we're talking about
Domestic
domestic
staff.
staff. Domestic what?
To be honest, I'm all for domestic staff.
And I am all against domestic.
No, I don't think
No,
you're
I'm not all
all.
against, yeah. But I have this aversion for redundant help. Let me use that expression. I'm going to explain what I mean by that.
Shade.
Why am I saying shades now? Okay. So
Yeah.
you might need to pause to really grasp this. But okay, so for me, I'm not all against domestic stuff, but I don't like redundant help. Like people are just hanging around. If I feel like someone's just hanging around loafing, and it's not a social thing. In my house every day, you need to be generating value, something of impact. As in, like when you're there, we can see what you're doing.
Okay, so when
When
you
you're not there, we can feel the difference. So I had that kind of aversion, and so I think maybe up until a year ago, I was not even very comfortable with the idea of having people come to the house. I'm cool with that now because I can see a lot of work that is being done. So at some point we had someone who came just for the cleaning and then somebody else for kitchen or whatever. Yeah, so I'm not against it, but I'm like,
where do I even want to go? When you say you don't like redundant help, are you feeling sorry for the person, that you feel the person is useless to his or herself, or do you
everything, as in the world has many legitimate needs that people can take care of.
And but if the person is okay at that point, because what I even
Okay,
felt you
collecting-
felt
Okay.
was that the person might be too much in your private space and then
all
has too
part
much
of it
time
as
to
well.
look at what you have or don't have, and then people get tempted, and that's how people begin to
That's
create
secondary,
plans
but just plugging up the space with
with nothing.
Yeah, but let's talk about it with regards to work.
Helping.
Yeah.
It's really helped. So yes, I think I still agree with no live-in staff. I feel that's the one that is
now.
too much. Really? You have changed, oh.
And yeah, no, if the person is living in the BQ or the person is in the compound
But not directly in your house.
at some point, I mean, that needs to happen at some point. I think that needs to happen at some point. Maybe when kids
See,
grow.
you see, this is even another
and all
point
of
because
that.
there was a time when my husband did not think like this at all.
Of course.
For different reasons. And
Yes.
so, dear wives and girlfriends,
There's hope for you.
there is hope for you. Don't go and choke him knife or report him to your mother and his father and things. Discuss, compromise for where you are at that time. And you never know, after some time, the things that you're even hollering for, he will do +5 for you. So just calm down.
Maybe apart from babies, sure. I don't know, +5 for babies. Like
Even the +1, are we not still looking up to God and writing proposals? Okay, yeah, so it really helped me because in the mornings, at least the nanny is able to help with bathing and getting the kids ready for school. I really want to be a part of my children's lives, so I do as much as packing their bags, their clothes, and everything ready.
Yeah.
So the only thing she's
you actually
really
do a
doing.
great job at that. Yeah.
Thank you. So every night before I pack their bags, so what she's doing is giving them a bath. She's not picking their clothes. She's not nothing. She's just giving them a bath and putting them in the car, and they go to school. In the evening, when I come back, I'm tired. Start bathing 2 children's work. I like to do it sometimes, so I tell her not to come. But then most times she does it. Gives them dinner sometimes. Sometimes. So I'm relaxed. I'm not doing exerting work when I get back, and that has really helped. And of course, with clean of the house, to be ballerina and things. No.
You know, yeah. Too
I'm too touched.
Too
I'm
poached.
just too busy to do it. So
Yeah, but
yeah,
you
so
actually
that's
help
helped.
with clean, especially the toys, which me I don't understand why you pour all the toys and then clean the same day. Anyway,
Like my house being messy.
anyway, so the other thing is if one of the parties can be flexible in their work, because the truth is, if I wasn't running my business or operating my own system
It will
the
be
way I do, it would have
tougher.
been very, very tough. And I know that for financial reasons, a lot of marriages are under the pressure to deliver money for the school fees or things like upkeep rent, paying rent, and all of that. But I think that you can plan it. I think that you can work towards it. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not trying to downplay the importance of having two stable streams of income. That's very, very necessary, especially in Nigeria. But if there's a way for one person to begin to think, okay, maybe 5 years from now, maybe 7 years from now, or if we can have what people call their side hustle or their plan B, where you're like, okay, maybe if I'm able to generate up to 50% of my monthly income from this event business or this catering business or this photocopy center or business center, as we'll call it in many parts of Nigeria, at that point, one of us can begin to think about working from home
Yeah.
or moving over to business.
So I really agree that if we can find something close to our passion, to what we're already doing, but in a more flexible manner,
Yep.
that would really help. Because at the end of the day, your marriage might suffer because you're
Yes.
spending so much time with other people, so much time on the road, and you come home for 1 hour, you're trying to talk to your husband or your wife, and you're nodding off.
Yeah.
And
And so what happens after a while, a lot of things happen in each person's life that you're not aware of.
And so there are now gaps. And like, when did that happen? You did this.
And by gaps, we're not talking about the fashion brand. We're talking about like actual.
Now it's gap. There's no hairs.
But if you buy many gap,
Now it comes gaps. Oh shit.
and that was
Right. So I think doing that consistently might affect your marriage and
Yes.
time with your children.
yes.
And
And you might become addicted to it. You might become addicted to that lifestyle of always being on the go and never being there at their games night or their football contest.
yes,
or
or
all of those
PTA
things.
meetings and all of that.
So to wrap this up, I think there are three major things we've spoken about. Number one is being able to get all the finding work in a space that you love.
that you love, that you're happy with.
So even when you're
compassionate
away
about.
from home, there is still an element of fulfillment.
Yes.
In what you're doing. That's number one. Number two, getting the right support system. So family, for those who have in-laws that can be of help, or very trusted friends, and you never delegate parenting, but you can delegate certain aspects of it minimally. And number three is also family, domestic staff that are well trained and well inspected and governed.
Yes,
And
because as much
number
as possible, I
three-
think people should work with agencies, trusted agencies,
Yes, as many
opposed
as
to
can.
I brought this girl from XYZ.
And my mama became before. Now my mama became before.
My
Now
brother,
my cousin, and my
uncle.
brother get them.
And you know, those people always have like 5 uncles and
Oh,
5
yeah.
daddies.
Everybody is your cousin in Africa. Yeah, okay. And then the final thing is planning. And planning a lifestyle that you have to accommodate your parenting responsibilities, your marriage responsibilities, and also fulfillment on the long
Run.
All right. So Closing, what would you have to say?
Like, I think what you said last actually struck me. Getting addicted. Getting addicted.
Let it strike. Yeah.
Getting addicted to the money, because you hear people say, I can't leave this job until I have something better, until I have something better, I have something better.
Yeah.
And you see, even the one you have now, you're still hustling with it and
The
managing.
thing is, the one that you have now used to be is the better you used to talk about.
You talk about, and you are still hustling with it. So I think people should learn to plan to have an exit strategy while they have planned something else they can work with, and then build that up.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, your health, your family, and
True.
your relationship with God
Yeah.
is more important than the hours you spend there
Yeah.
working out yourself for someone else.
Yeah, and just to add to that, before I wrap this up, also realize that while it's good to work 9 to 5 or work anywhere else, the greatest legacy you're going to leave is not your investment or contribution in somebody else's business. It's your investment in your own family. So nothing must replace your marriage and the place you have for your children, because that's the legacy that will outlive your retirement benefit and your pension plan.
Fantastic. So thank you for helping and supporting.
And thank you too for being all the amazing things that you are.
All right. So we look forward to your questions, comments, contributions, likes, shares, and all of that. And then if you know somebody who's in love,
Or somebody who loves love.
or somebody who's searching for love,
Or somebody who's desperately praying that love will find them.
send them this video, send them this link, DM us, follow us, and we hope to see you again next episode.
See you then.